Sometimes things don't always turn out as you've planned them. Last night when I got into bed, I set the alarm and I thought I'm going to go and do a time lapse on the beach. So I got up this morning, put the cameras in the car, and then I just thought, what the hell, this place is really close. It's about 8 minutes from my house, and there's 2 rivers that join. There's a little bit of a pine forest, and nobody ever goes there. Well, I've never seen anyone here. I've only been at the entrance. I've never really been into the forest. So I arrived. I hadn't looked at it on Google Maps or on any satellite photos. And I just thought, let's explore. As I've said many times before, I really enjoy driving alone. I think it makes your senses a little bit more aware and heightens them. If I'd got stuck today, I would have had a problem because I could have phoned 1 or 2 people, but I would have waited the whole day. But if you're careful, it's generally okay. On the farm, I find the grass at the moment is growing 30 centimeters every 3 weeks. Because if I don't mow the next week and the week after that, it's just too much work. So this grass had grown a lot. At the end of this track was one of the tributaries to the main river, and somebody had piled up a whole lot of soil so you couldn't get through. So I just turned around and drove back. What was really lovely were all the spider webs with the dew on them. When I got back, I turned into the forest, and the forest track was very overgrown. Lots of brambles and gorse, and some of it had been cut back, but it got very scratchy later on. There were some puddles that were really deep. The deepest one was probably 35-40 centimeters, and lots of trees had fallen over in the past. Some had been cut, so they cut a track between them. The rest were just hanging like this one in the video. But I carried on, and it got more scratchy, and carried on, and it got more scratchy. But it was really nice. From here it got a little bit more interesting. One of the puddles here was quite deep. When I say deep, not deep if you've got other vehicles around or anything, but driving alone, number one, I make the assumption that because there's an existing track, you're not going to have a huge hole. It'll be deepish, but not too bad. And with mud tyres on, generally you don't have a problem. I didn't get into the river because there's a lot of what they call pea gravel, and there you tend to get stuck quite easily. So this was the deep hole. Probably went to 40 centimeters, which again is not bad. I mean, I've had water over my bonnet more than once. Lots of blackberry bushes with lots of thorns. So when I was coming back, I decided I was going to cut some of this gorse back. I don't want it to scratch and tear my rooftop tent cover or my awning cover. So I've always got a little fold-up saw in the car, and just hopped out and cut some of these things back. It just makes it much easier. getting philosophical, what a better way to start your day. I had a roughly an hour's drive this morning. Started at sunrise. I was back at the office in time to start work. I was actually early for that. And just amazing. You've had a break, walked around in the middle of nowhere, driven through forests, had some fun in puddles, and yeah, I couldn't ask for any more. But anyway, I will be coming back here next time. I think I'll probably have to walk some of the forest tracks. A lot of them are very overgrown, and we'll just see what happens. But yeah, life is good. See you next time. Bye bye.